Okay.
Hi,
Hello.
happy Wednesday, everybody. I want to just make sure that we're live. Sometimes it takes a while, and I'm talking to the space, or Eliane in this case. But I'm going to go into our group and make sure that we're live. Everybody can see me okay. Okay, here's the group. And today we have a special guest. We have Eliane, and we're going to discover how to overcome negative thinking patterns with this holistic coach. And I think we're live. Yes, I think we are live. It's working. Perfect. So if you're live, let me know you're live so that we can say thank you for watching. And if you have any questions, feel free to post them underneath this video. So last week we had an NLP practitioner, and the previous week we had a coach, and this week we have a holistic life coach. Eliane, thank you so much for being here. I would love for you to introduce yourself first and let us know a little bit about you. And then we'll get started because we have really cool content that I think people are going to really benefit from.
Okay, thank you for having me. So I'm Eliane, and actually I do a lot of things. So just to combine it, I called it holistic life coaching. I love guiding people actually to become the best version of themselves, like to find their purpose, to build their self-esteem, just to feel good about themselves. And holistic means I work with body and mind because they're inextricably connected with each other. So because I'm going straight into the content, perhaps later on there will be more about me. Let's say if you have a negative thought, anything, then your body immediately will, how do you say that? Here I go with the words I need. There will be some chemicals like cortisol or adrenaline coming into your body. And then immediately your brain will pick up on that and see, oh, there's some stress here, something negative, and it will make like a vicious circle. So that's one example of how it's connected. Everything, like every action, every behavior, every thought, everything gets stuck somewhere into the body. And if it's not worked out in some way, it stays. If you have a trauma, it stays stuck. So that's why it's important to work on both. So
Great. No, go ahead.
I started as a dancer, choreographer many years ago, and then I continued into personal training. So I was working a lot with the body, but at the same time, I've always been fascinated about people's behavior and also self-development. I'm a huge lover of self-development, self-help. I've read so many books just trying to help myself in the first place. That's why I continuously studied. And what was I going to say? So I was fascinated by the brain, the mind, and the body. And that's where holistic comes into the picture.
Awesome. Awesome. So thank you for that introduction. And you kind of gave a glimpse of what we're going to talk about, which is great, about overcoming negative thinking patterns. But before, I want to introduce myself for people who don't know. My name is Miri Lenoff. Mercado is my maiden name, but people know me as Miri Lenoff. And I'm the admin of the group. I created this group back in when the pandemic started because I was struggling myself. And I thought, what better way to form a community and to learn from other people than just having a group in personal development. And I'm an email copywriter. I'm also a certified coach, but I don't practice it just because I am full-time as an email copywriter. And my clients are personal development in that market. So for me, it's great to get to know these coaches because I learn so much from them, and they can have a spotlight of the week. Last week we had Darko. Now we have Eliane. And I know Eliane, I think, might be from France or something. And
I'm
I'm sorry
from
if I'm
Belgium. Yeah,
from
Belgium.
Belgium. There we go.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
So
Yeah,
I love learning about you guys. I love what you're doing. I have a personal coach as well. It's more of a business coach. So investing in coaches is one of the best decisions that you can make because it really allows you to see things from a different perspective and to grow. So I think today we have a special topic, which is overcoming negative patterns, right? And Negative patterns can be thinking patterns, or it can be anything else that is negative, and how to attract more positivity. So I'm so glad that Eliane is here. I've said a little bit about myself. If you guys have any questions about marketing and how to get more leads, how to get more clients, what are some of the things that you can be doing, let me know. I'm here to help you guys. So Eliane, let's get to it, because I would love for you to share with us. You kind of mentioned a little bit about what is a holistic life coach.
Mhm.
But I think for maybe you can give us some examples. You mentioned that a holistic life coach is somebody who focuses on the mind and the body, so that everything is kind of working properly. And I love what you said about being the best version of yourself. That's awesome. So what does a holistic life coach work with? What are some of the things that you can tell us about what you do?
Well, it depends. I really try always to focus on the person itself, and really, I like to start with a kind of a life assessment, just see where the person is and where they want to go, and take really, I like to work very concrete, take concrete steps. I help them along the way to guide them. But let's say we're talking about, just to go back to the holistic part, and so one topic I work on now specifically is like overthinking, because I see a lot of people with anxiety, with stress, with a lot of people worry and spend a lot of time in their heads, and sometimes you get even disconnected, like from your body. So
Yeah.
one thing I use is breath, because breathing is essential anyway. It's really important, and it helps you to get back to your body. It's the connection actually between the mind and the body. It's the connection between you and the outside world. So that is one tool that really helps to calm your nervous system. So that's one thing I'm using. Another thing that I'm using is grounding, which is kind of connected. It's really a bit like you said, changing your perspective. It's taking the worry, like distracting your brain actually, so you get stuck in this vicious circle of worrying without getting to a solution. So you get, with grounding, you get different techniques where you get distracted, you distract your brain to focus on something else, and mostly it's on the present. So it's a piece of mindfulness that gets in there as well, because a lot of time, most of the time when you worry, you're actually or ruminating about the past, about a decision that you made that you're not happy about, or you're scared, you're fearing about the future, something you're worrying about the future. So mindfulness and the breath and grounding techniques, all these things help you to come back to the present moment, to bring you back to the.
That's awesome. I think a lot of us are always like so busy, working, you take care of your families, whatever it is. Everybody thinks that they're busy until something happens in their lives, or you have kids, or you get another job, and then you're thinking, oh my God, I thought I was busy, but this is insane. Like this is crazy. I am even busier. And we're so worried about things happening all the time, that I think what you're saying about grounding and the breath work and all that stuff, I think it really is important for people to understand that if you take just a minute out of your day, or a few minutes out of your day, to just focus on that stuff, you're going to be even more present in the present moment where you are right now, and it's going to help you in the long term as well. So is there anything that you want to add about this point?
About which point specifically?
About living in the present and bringing your attention to what you're doing, and taking a few minutes out of your day to make sure that you're focusing on these things.
Yeah, well, it's absolutely important, I think, especially if you can start with just taking a few minutes. And then you also, there's a part of gratitude there, just being appreciative of what you have right now. Because sometimes we say, oh, once I will be thinner, or when I will be richer, I will do this, I will do that. Just be right here, right now, and appreciate what you have. I think that's also important, because like you said, we're always busy. We're a lot busy in our minds, in our heads. And I think it's important to take a step back and just see what's going on, feel what's going on in our body as well, because sometimes we're so, like, a lot of people are burnt out because they don't listen to the signals of their body. They just move, they continue to go on and on and on.
Yeah.
And then at one point they freeze completely because it's too late. They were just going on and poof, they hit a wall and
Yeah.
it's too late. So
So you said a lot of people are get burned down and they don't listen to their body. And I think that's very important. But what are some of the things that you how do you listen to your body? What are some of the things that people are struggling with that they don't even know that they have a problem with? How do you know when you have a problem, and how do you know what your body is telling you, right? Is there something that you can share with us?
yeah, it's just first being still, like still in your mind, I mean, and really taking a moment to breathe and then really feel the mostly if you have tension, it's like your shoulders, like you sometimes you even don't even realize you're sitting like this, especially when we're a lot of people are like sedentary, working a lot in front of the computer. So we're kind of sitting, I'm exaggerating, but you're sitting like this and everything gets contracted. And also
Mhm.
it also how do you say that, when you breathe you have to be open here, because if you're always like this you breathe more shallow and you breathe faster, and that gives a signal to your body also that you're stressed. So that's one thing. So perhaps the shoulder, the jaw also gets stuck like this. So really
Mhm.
try to feel where stress or tension gets stuck in your body. Everybody has a different place. A lot of times it's the stomach also that tends
Yeah.
to to tense up. And just really like the best way to do it is before you go to sleep at night, just lying in your bed. And like an exercise that you can do is start with your hands, for instance, and you squeeze them very hard, and then you release, and then you can really feel the difference. And then you go over every part of your body, like you take the hands, then hands and arms, then hands, arm, and shoulders, like this. I do this. I used to teach children's yoga, and they love this exercise. So
Mhm.
you really tense everything, and then you release, and really try to feel the difference, because then you notice actually that you were tense all the time. So that may be a practical thing that you
Yeah.
can
Wow.
um,
Okay. You're giving us a lot of awesome strategies, and I'm actually gonna try to do that with my kids. I think that sounds really cool. I'm always telling my kids, yeah, I'm going to, work out and stuff, but I don't really do yoga or anything like that. This is really something simple that you can do, with yourself, with your kids, with your spouse, whoever, and do it together so that you find out how your body is feeling by doing these types of exercise. So that's awesome. Thank you so much for that. So I know that you have a program before we go into your program, because I know that people might have questions about it. Is there anything else that you wanna that maybe I didn't ask that I should have asked you, or anything else that you want to share with us about holistic coaching, or anything else that you want to share with us about overcoming negative thinking patterns or negative patterns in our lives?
um, just maybe one more tip or something that can help also. I like to help people. I really,
I love it.
I'm. I started online just about 2 months because I've been coaching and doing this for a very long time. But I started online just about 2 months ago, and I'm trying to post a lot of content just to
Mhm.
help inspire people. One thing that can help also is pay attention to the words you're using, because every word, everything in the world is energy, and words also. So perhaps one thing that I have is when you think to yourself, I can't do this, if you change I can't by I choose not to. Just try with an example. I don't have an example right now. And you will immediately feel like like I have an assignment for my job and I say, I can't do this, I'm too stressed. And then you change it and you say, I choose not to do it. It gives you a whole another perspective on the thing. And the same with this one, I think a lot of people know, like I have to do this, I have to do that. If you change it by I get to. So it really
Mm.
shifts the way you look at things.
Yeah, like
And
an opportunity to get to do an opportunity that not a lot of people have, instead of you have to do it because it's a chore. I love
yeah,
that.
when you have to, you put pressure on yourself. When you get
Mhm.
to, you look at it, wow, I get to do this. A lot of people don't, and I get to. So it's really a little shift, but it can make a big difference. And so, and also like when you talk in a negative way to yourself, like try to figure out which voice it is that you hear, because a lot of time, like you say, oh, you're lazy, for instance. You hear, oh, I'm lazy. And try to remember, perhaps when you were a little kid, your mom always told you you were lazy, and you kept that inside of you, but perhaps it's not true at all anymore. And just try to figure out which voices you hear in your head when you talk negatively to yourself.
That's awesome.
That's
You have
a first step to moving forward. So what I do basically is really I love puzzles. I love to analyze things. So and I try really to help people to deconstruct everything that's going on, and then to construct it in a better way to move forward. That's actually what I love to do.
That's awesome. I think you're giving us so many like golden nuggets that if you just focus on one of the things that you've shared with us and you do it consistently, I think that your life will change, you know, because it's just one thing that you do, whether it's the breathing or whether it's the movements that you share with us. Like there are so many different things that you've shared that I think people are not like practicing as often, or listening to your body. Like how do you listen to your body? That little thing that you shared of the movements, I think it's really really cool that you've shared all this stuff, because I think that in order to grow, there are certain things that we need to go through. And you know, self-help, obviously we're all in this group because we want to grow. We value personal development. So what you shared is really really super valuable. So with that being said, if somebody wants to work directly with you, I know you have a special program that it's a one-on-one sessions with you for 6 weeks. Do you want to talk a little bit about that?
Yes, well, it's pretty new. So I started now because I'm working on a course. So hopefully soon I will have a course ready on overthinking and negative thinking. But for now, I'm working one-on-one, and I made a 6-week program. So it's once a week we get a direct call. Sorry, sometimes my words get
It's
lost.
okay.
And if I hope I will have more people soon, we can also do group coaching once a week to start with. So that's the program. I can adjust always a little bit depending on the demands, but that's basically the first step. So
Great.
I offer also a 30-minute free discovery call, or how you call it these days. Just to see if we're a match and what is the demand exactly, if we can work together. So people are always
that's great. So how can someone get in touch with you if they want to work with you?
So you can, there's a lot of, you can find my contacts on my website. I will put the link below if that's fine. I have a Facebook page. I have Instagram. My business name is Coaching Pieces. So
nice.
That's where you can find me. You can email me, phone me, anything you want.
Yeah, I mean, this video is going to be on the group and the announcements part. We do it per week, so you're going to be the spotlight for this week, and people can actually find you there. I'm going to tag you so that people want to work with you, they can click on that on your name and just contact you directly, send you a message from there. And we do this every week, guys. So I think we're booked until the end of September, I think maybe early October. But I think this is a great opportunity. It's free. We're doing this for free. So you don't have to pay, and you get to be the spotlight of the week. We get to have a 20-minute conversation like I'm having with Eliane right now. And you get to share what you do, because I think if we share positive things and tactics like Eliane just did, like she gave us so many amazing things that we can actually implement. You know, it'll be amazing. We're having an amazing group, and it's all because of you, because you guys post, because you guys like, because you guys share. So if you keep doing that, you're gonna gain a lot more. There's already 1,600 people in this group, so I do thank you for being here. And I know that, you know, in the future there's going to be more awesome coaches coming through here, and awesome content that they've prepared for you. So before we go, if you guys want to be part of the coaches spotlight like Eliane is right now, send me a message or fill out the form. I check the forms maybe once a week or twice a week to make sure that I don't miss anyone. But you can always message me on Facebook. I check my other folder all the time. So it's cool. And before we go, Eliane, is there anything else that you want to add?
No, I just want to thank you for the opportunity. And yeah, anyone who is like struggling with anything, even if it's a small thing, you can always contact me. Even if you need a tip or something, feel free. I'm always happy to help. So don't
Cool.
stay with it. Don't, maybe just one thing. I was asked in one of the courses I was taking, like, what would you tell your 20-year-old self? And what immediately came to my mind is stop fearing. So I had so many fears. I was so scared.
Mm,
And that's the advice I would give the people, is stop being so scared. It's not, it's part of getting older, you uh, get some different perspectives also, but just it's not necessary. It's really, it's a shame, a waste of your time, your energy. So
yeah,
that's one
I
advice
agree.
I want to give.
That's a great way to end. So, Eliane, thank you so much for joining. Thanks everybody who is watching, and I will see you next week with another awesome coach coming our way. Again, if you want to be part of this, it's awesome. We get to have awesome conversations with really, really cool people. So, thanks, Eliane, again, and I
Thank
will
you
see you
very much.
guys. No problem, my pleasure, and I will see you next week on another Coaches Spotlight. Have a good day. Bye bye.